Hi, I'm Stuart from SOB Leadworks. Welcome to part 2. Let's go and have a look to see where we're at. Okay, so in the last video we completed this cornice. That's all finished now. So now we're ready for the next stage of this. And what we're going to do first of all is put this ply front edge back on. And what I've already done is I've already fixed some copper strip to this to make my life a lot easier, because otherwise it would be so bouncy if I try to do that in place. So I've already fixed all the copper strip on. So what I'm going to do is work my way around, get all that front edge on. Then what we'll do, we'll give this flat area a big sweep off. We'll go over it to see if there's any nails or screws that are proud. If they are, we'll screw or hammer those down. And then we can get some building paper on there, start setting out some wood rolls and get some wood rolls fixed. Okay, so that's that ply front edge fixed back in place now. As you can see, I've already now got the building paper on there as well, and we've got the wood rolls on there as well. And to do that, what I've basically done is I've just measured from that point there all the way to the other point, which was, I think it was like 4 meters. Yeah, we go 4 meters, 125, and I've just divided that into 7 equal bays. Marked the centre of the wood rolls. Then we've got a square off the back wall, scribe a line, and then just fix your rolls to that. So now that's all the wood rolls in place, we're ready to get some of their bays up here. Okay, so I've got a few bays in here now. These are going on quite nicely actually. I've got those 2 on that side in, and we've got 3 bays on this side in as well. So what I'm going to do now is set the camera up, and we'll knock up this bay here, and I'll show you how I do my cuts on the back of the rolls, because I know a few people in the comment section have been asking how I cut my rolls. So I'll set the camera up and show how I do that. Okay, so let's get this bay knocked up then. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark our upstand at the back. In this case it's 90mm. Use the chalk line, strike that through. And we've got 75mm for the undercloak. Let's mark that. 75. Strike that line through as well. Now we need to measure in between the 2 wood rolls. In this case it's 535mm. Let's mark that from the undercloak. 535. George, 535. Strike that line as well. We can cut some of this off because we only need 180mm for the overcloak. I'm actually going to give it 200 because it's on an angle, and I'll lose some as the front goes down. So we'll give that 200mm for the over. Let's cut that straight off. Now we're ready to do the cuts. Now there's a few different ways of doing this. We'll start with the undercloak one first. Now what I tend to do is literally just cut straight in on that line there, which was the upstand mark. Just cut straight in on that line there. Or what you can do is you can leave like a 5 or 10mm tag on there, bring it down there, and sort of like just go back into the corner like that. The only thing with that, it ends up with a slight upside down weld on that lower section there. So actually I find it easier nowadays just to literally cut that straight in like that, and then just mark 30mm, which is lower than the height of the roll, because the roll's 35mm high. And don't cut it straight into the line. Leave about 5mm tag on that piece. So that's that one done. Now then, for the overcloak, again, there's different ways of doing this. What I'm going to do is just mark round the wood roll, leave a little tag on there as well, and I'm sort of like going to bring it down to nothing on that section there. The other way you can do that is you can bring that tag all the way down to the corner, but again it ends up with like an upside down weld piece in that section there. So that's that, and then we're just gonna roughly cut around that roll, but make it slightly bigger than the mark. Just leave that little tag on there again. I'm just going to bend up that tag now. And that's it. So basically those two bits will meet the same as that, and as it goes around the top of the roll with the tag, you'll end up with a bit you can weld on around there. Right, so look at that undercoat. And obviously just get the back up. I'm not going to worry about setting anything in yet, we'll do that when we sit the bay in. And then just around the sides. That's it, that's ready to go. Okay, so that's that bay in there now. What we've got to do now is just boss over that roll end, and we'll do that undercloak. Then we've got one more bay to put in there. Then we can start having a look at trimming some of these splash laps and getting all this front edge down. Okay, so that's that last bay in now as well. Just finished bossing those roll ends and welding the backs as well. So that's all the bays on now. So I think what I'm going to do now is concentrate trimming up these splash laps. What we're going to do for this, just get a square. I've got one somewhere. Here it is. I'm just going to get a roofing square. Literally just put it against the side of the roll there, and that'll give me 50mm. When it goes to the back there, what we do, we just take it off at an angle, and I'll cut a piece of lead at that angle, and then we can keep them all the same, or we can just use a bevel, I suppose. But we'll go through trimming up all these splash laps now, and then we can get this front down. Okay, so that's all these splash laps all trimmed up now. yeah, all I did is just put a roofing square against the side of the roll there. That gave me 50mm. Then I'll just cut an angle so I can keep them all the same, all on those backs there, even though the flashing's going to come down quite low and probably cover most of that up. And then at the front, rather than just taking that straight off, what I've done is I've angled it, because when that front goes down, then this line here is going to be parallel with that face. So that's why I've sort of like angled them off at that angle there as well. So now all these splash laps are all trimmed. I'll concentrate on getting this front down. The first thing I'm going to do for that is I'm going to measure what I actually need for that, and we are looking at, that's 125mm to the copper. So we'll do that 100, we'll cut that to 150mm all the way around. So we'll cut that excess off first all the way around, and then we'll oil the underside of that, and then we can start getting all of this turned down into the copper. Okay, so that's all that front edge dressed down now all the way around. So now we can start turning this into the copper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this end first, on this bay here. And I've already folded this up. What I've done is I've marked where the lap is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that line through there to where the lap meets. Take that away. It's about an inch there to cut out, because otherwise you'll end up with like a double thickness there, and that'll be like quite a big bulge, which we don't really want. So we'll take that extra thickness out, and then we can just get some heat up this edge, and I'll just be able to turn that into the copper. Okay, so that's that side all turned in now. Also, I've just welded that in there, and I've just welded this gusset in here as well. I've also just turned this side down as well, welded these two corners as well. That was that one there done, and that one there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the camera, and I'm just going to show you how I get this front section down. Ow, that scaffold's a bit low. Oh, right on my head that was. Good job I got me out on. Right, so as I explained earlier, we've just cut the lap section out on both of these, as I explained earlier on in the video. So now what we're going to do is just get some heat on this edge here. Just heat that up. Don't go too mad, you don't want to burn it all the way through. Then just getting your fingers, now it's softened, you just get it, just turn it up into the copper. Just give that a little dress as well. Do the same on this far one down here. Avoid banging the head again, that'd be quite nice. It does take a bit still, but the heat makes it so much easier. You've got some gloves on, otherwise you'll burn your fingers a little bit because they'll be very hot. Right, that's that now. It's just this middle section to get down. Just fold that back down again. That little dress there. And same process, just a bit of heat on there again. Just burning my fingers, that is. It's quite warm. That little dress. Just make sure it's turned up in there. Lovely stuff. Job done. Okay, so now that edge is completely finished, all that's left to do now is this flash into the back wall. And what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to vertically step a section in here, and then combine that in with the normal flashing. I just need to chop it out a little bit more there. So yeah, so we do some vertical steps down there, bring that to cover all of that, and up around there we'll weld some clips on the bay, and then just a bit of straight flashing through there. So let's get this sorted. Okay, so that's that little bit of vertical step flashing in there now. Just sort of like combined it to go into the straight flashing as well through there. So that's that one in, and done this one as well now. So we've got both these bigger sections in now. So all that's left to do now, we'll weld some clips in the central of all of these bays. Then we can get a straight bit of flashing through there, get it oiled, and job done. Okay, now is the next day in the future, and as you can see, that flashing is now in. Unfortunately though, I did however blow one of the bricks there when I was wedging my flashing in. These bricks are so soft, so I've had a word with the bricklayer. I think he's gonna redo that brick for me, which is very nice of him. I was well gutted about that, but it's something we can get over. So all that's left to do now is a bit of pointing, but I'm gonna wait until he's changed that brick over before I do that. So that's it. That's job done. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can check me out on Instagram at SAB Leadworks. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hopefully catch you in the next. Cheers.